Welcome everyone to the Value Telegram channel and the values in general. Today I want to talk about how to really trade the trade ideas, since I know a lot of people are very confused. They like to take the value, they like to enter the trades, but they're confused on how do I take the trades, which platform do I use to trade, and all of these important things. So we're going to talk about that in a second and jump over here. So just for everyone, this is my value channel, currently mainly focused on giving nuggets around trading, trade ideas, investment ideas. So basically everything that I trade, everything that I do myself besides Forex, because that's too time intense for me, I'm sending into this value channel, right? All my trade ideas in crypto, all my trade ideas in stocks and any other investments or anything that I'm doing, I'm just basically locking all the information into this value channel. And you can get this value channel by just going into the description of this video, signing up for the newsletter, or basically signing up with the newsletter and getting the link into the value channel completely for free. Okay, now the focus of the value channel, as you can see here, for example, is sending trade ideas, as for example this one, Ethereum trade, which we send it. This is the original one. Let's go up a little bit. As you can see, I update you with my YouTube videos. I'll give you some personal voice messages, value voice messages about, you know, just like business in general and getting shit done and understanding how the world works. So this was our Ethereum setup. Okay, we sent this one in Jan 23rd. This is the entry, and now many people are very confused. Okay, so how do I enter? Okay, now very important is this here is the stop loss area. Okay, this is gonna be the entry area. So the red line is always here, our stop loss. The turquoise line is the entry. That's a zone where we enter the market, and the take profit is the one that is the green one. Don't mess up here the turquoise one with the blue with the normal green one. But the green one is take profit, entry, and stop loss. Okay. Now what happened to this trade, and we're gonna talk about that in a second. This trade, as you can see, started to react and give us some returns. As you can see, from there on, it went up 7%. Then it was up a little bit more even. We already were at 13%. And then at the end of the day, it ended up and we closed it with 18% profit. Okay. And as you can see, we didn't go out on take profit. So I just told everyone to close it out to secure profits. That was an insane trade. And now obviously if we use leverage, like 10x, for example, that would have been 180%. If we use even more, then obviously it's higher leverage. And how to use leverage and what platform I use for it, I'm going to tell you in a second. Okay. Now, as you can see, I'll give you another example. This was a gold trade. And again, I don't really send signals in here in Forex. Sometimes it will happen, but this, for example, gold trade, again, stop loss, entry, take profit. Okay, but especially another one that I'm very proud of, which I want to show you, that like two big calls that I did. And you can go back and check that out. NVIDIA is one of the trades that we took, which is which performed with over 300%, 362%, 400%, currently sitting at 400%. This was our entry, $175 went up to 721, and we called this entry in the chat. Okay, I can show you, and that's again the value that is insane that you guys can take, and I will show you now. Obviously the thing is that this is a stock, and stock trading is a little bit different. We'll have an extra video for that, but just so you understand the general basics of how this works. Okay, so we have NVD, and you can also always search here with the hashtag for the trades. Let me see how I typed it. NVIDIA. Okay, so here probably this is somewhere where the entry is, re-entry buy. Okay, this wasn't re-entry, where it was lower. And then let me see for the other one. Okay, this one was 23rd of Feb. So this one was the last one with over 400%. And let me find the original one when I called it. Oh, I still remember I called it in the stock list. So it was not with an analysis. Back then I was just giving lists. But I really want to show you like what happens if you can follow these trade ideas. And as you can see, I'm doing this channel since a long time. And I'm going to show you. So at the end of the day, this was a stock list. Here you have a lot of other trade ideas. Like again, there's a big record. I'm doing this since a long time. Obviously picked up on it a year ago, really like putting more value into it, really focusing it, because I enjoy giving people value and I enjoy letting people see what can happen if you really take this serious. So this is November. We have to go to Jan 2023. I'm in 22, bro. That's too far. That's too far. Well, we're running this in some time here. We are running this in some time. So I still remember here should be somewhere over here. We should see the stock list. Perfect. Here it is. Okay. So I said, look, these are all my stocks that I bought. I started to build this portfolio. Nvidia's over here, Sony, some of them, Facebook, we made over 380% whatsoever. And I said, okay, here you can, current investments, you can go into, you see like very old Bitcoin, you see Bitcoin like 16,000 and entries and like, and then you see Bitcoin really blowing up. So there's a whole record here. Just go through it. And it's insanely valuable. Okay, so I want to go into how you can really trade these trade ideas. Now you got an idea what the value channel is, and now I want to go over what I use and how I do it. So at the end of the day, under every video, and here's my last crypto update, I will focus on doing crypto updates, giving value voice messages, and in general, as you guys might know, I have a value channel on YouTube, which is mainly focused on business, motivation, personal development. This one here is focused on trading and vlogs, right? It's like basically I started vlogging and uploading video years ago, vlogging only 2 years ago, but videos I started to upload. My first video, my first team call when I started the business 7 years ago is on YouTube, so I documented everything for everyone to see. It was the best thing I've ever done. But here you can see last update, and here you will always find the links. Okay, you'll find the link on how to join at the end of the day the value channel, explore trading on Bybit. So I use Bybit for crypto, which we're going to talk about in a second, multi-banks for Forex if you trade Forex, and I love TradeZella, which is basically just a trading analyzing tool. Especially if you want to really take this serious, then it helps a lot to analyze your trading style. It gives you all the data and gives you advice what you can do. You can have your own like log and write down like why did you take the trade and stuff like that. It really helps, and it's something very important. Every successful trader will tell you journaling is an important step to success in trading and profitability. But now keep it easy. I want to keep it easy for you this time, and just wanted to give you some insights on the value. Now, how do we really trade all of this? Okay, like how do we really like do this? Okay, so again, I use the platform Bybit. They're one of the largest, and like very like they're around a long time, right? They were like some of the OG exchanges, and they're around a long time. I use them personally, and I have a trade here running for you guys, and I want to give you the example. So I sent this trade. For example, okay, so you can see how it works. I will send this trade into the value channel right now. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this video. So I see BTC, okay, currently coming back to a re-entry zone, and we have a bearish sequence confirmed, which you don't need to understand right now, but my re-entry would be right here. Okay, so I would look at this target, and again, as you can see, again here you have the take profit, you have the entry zone, okay, which is the turquoise line, and then we have the red one, which is the stop loss. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I obviously always copy this trade, and I will just, before I go in myself, so you also see the process, how these trade ideas, how I at the end of the day formulate them. I will say, for example, BTC USDT. Okay, so that is the trading pair that we are taking. Then I will say buy setup or sell setup. Buy means up, sell means down. We mostly focus on buy. Sometimes we will also sell. And then I will just send this one. Okay, since I'm very busy and I cannot like take a lot of time, right? Maybe in the future we'll update it. Maybe we'll put some other traders in to give you more upsides, but that's all you need. Now you got the trade idea, okay? And if you open it, you as someone in the value channel, you're gonna see this. So what you wanna look for is the entry 51723. You want to look for the take stop loss 5252. You want to look for the take profit, which is 48. And now again, don't get messed up, because again, you see the turquoise one. So the turquoise one is an old one. Okay, I will always keep this clean as possible, but keep in mind I trade, and these are my trades, and at the end of the day, I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing, right? I cannot like completely change my whole system just so it's perfect for you. Sounds bad, but what I'm doing here is I'm teaching people how they can trade, and I'm giving them my value. I'm a trader since 7 years, and it doesn't cost me to just send it into the chat, right? But it costs me if I put more effort into that, and I can just not do that. But I still just want people to, at the end of the day, have value from that. Okay, so what we're gonna do with this is you can take the link in the platform. Sorry, you can take the link in the description below for Bybit. Sign up, and especially if you sign up with the link, you get less fees, so you're gonna pay less, and at the end of the day you can use this platform, you can use any other. I love to use them, it always works fine. I can always pay out money. It's one of the largest exchanges, one of the oldest exchanges. And just from the interface and how everything works, it's perfectly easy and perfectly fine. That's the one that we're using right now, and I've been using it for years. So what we're gonna do is, as you already see, I have a trade running right here, but we're just gonna re-enter the trade for this explanation, okay? So what we wanna do is always, okay, first of all, use isolate, okay? So when you go into Bybit and you make your account, what you wanna do, right, is you wanna go and click at the end of the day onto the Bybit logo, which we're just going to do here together, and then go into the portal. So this is at the end of the day your Bybit portal. You can obviously fund with credit card, you can pay in, pay out with different methods, and then you go onto derivatives, and then you go to derivatives portal, right? So we are trading derivatives, which is basically trade now then, and these derivatives is what we're going to trade, okay? Now that means we can use leverage. Now, very important when it comes to that, obviously trading is very risky. Past results don't guarantee future results. You may lose everything that you put in, but when it comes to risk, understand again, you may lose everything that you put in, so that's your risk. So you already know what you can lose at the end of the day. Now obviously we're not going to enter with the whole amount of money. I would say it makes sense to start somewhere in between $1,000 if that's possible. 500 is okay, 1,000 or more is easy. And what you want to do is you want to go into isolate mode always, okay, over here, and then market means we're going to enter the market right away, okay? Now you're going to put 10%, okay, and now you're going to put take profit and stop loss, okay? So 10% means 10% of your equity. So if you have 1,000, it's going to be, we enter with $100. That doesn't mean we risk the whole $100. It risks probably half of it, so it would be 2.53%, because our stop loss is half of our position. I will show you in a second, okay? Now what we're gonna do is, again, now with this trade idea, you see that we're not here yet. We did not hit the market. We are not at 51723 yet, okay? So we still wanna wait a little bit. And that's completely okay. Okay, I'm just gonna enter here for now so you guys see how it works. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the take profit. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna choose short or long. I enter long. I'm gonna buy. I enter short. I'm gonna sell. Very important. Okay, and I just messed it up. Okay, that's perfect. You see, that's why I got the smileys. So. Perfect. Messed it up because I'm focused on you guys here for the video. Okay, so short, very important. Okay, look if it's buy or short. Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna take in the take profit. Okay, take profit here, and I'll take the picture again, is 48998. Okay, so I'm gonna type it in 48998. Okay, easy. So now it says last trade price, blah, blah, will trigger market profit order. Your expected profit will be $2,183. Okay, so that's the expected profit on this position, risking 10%. And I have a very high leverage. Obviously, we're going to adjust it in a second. Okay. And then I'll put in the stop loss with this 5, which is 52525. Okay, 52525. And then it says my loss will be $852. So the cool thing, that's why I love Bybit, is it will always say directly. Some exchanges or most exchanges don't do that. That's why I prefer them. I always see the loss. I see if it hits my stop loss, I hit 852. So I'm going to lose $852. So if I put down that kind of amount of money, right, then obviously I have very high leverage now. As you can see, leverage is 100. We're going to take it down, obviously. Okay. So I click on confirm. Now leverage, we start with, let's say 10 to 20 leverage, okay, not more and not less. Okay, so I would say let's start with 10 leverage. Okay, what does leverage mean? Leverage is your position is going to be 10x. Okay, so if you make 1% with 10 leverage, you're going to make 10% on that 1% move. If you make 10% and you have 10x leverage, you're going to make 100%, even though the market only moved 10%. But that's also towards the other side. So if you lose 1% with a leverage of 10, you're going to lose 10% of your position. You know what I mean? So it's very important that you always trade with a stop loss and take profit. Never, 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 especially never trade without a stop loss. Okay, stop loss is the last one where you get kicked out. Okay, now what is going to happen now is that we brought that leverage down. I can click again here on take profit and stop loss and see how it changed. So now it says my profit will be 238. Okay, I'm gonna at the end of the day have 93 US dollars loss. Okay, so I'm risking $93 to make 239. So that's about a 2.2 risk reward, which is okay. Then we're gonna click on confirm, and then we click on sell short, right? And then I click on confirm. As I already have a position open, I'm not going to do that. But once it's confirmed, then your trade is going to be shown over here. Okay, it's going to be shown over here, and then at the end of the day, that's how it goes. Okay, that's how we can trade. That's how it works. And then this position here is open. You can click on market, close 100%, close 50% of the trade. But I will give you instruction if you want to. You can obviously follow them. Okay, now that is about how to use the platform. It's actually pretty easy, and nothing really to worry about here. And it's a very nice platform. Now we're gonna have to pick up the leverage again for me, because I have this position open, and there's a specific strategy that I use, which is an accumulation strategy, which I'm going to teach you in this video right now, which is basically what we're going to do is you can just let the position run. So as we just said, we take leverage 10, we open the position with 10%. Okay, so let's run this one more time. 10%, we take leverage 10. Okay, and then we take profit stop loss, and then you can now let the trade run either into stop loss or into take profit. A specific strategy that we teach in the TPR, in my trading community, which has nothing to do with the value channel. The value channel is just for people to tap into, get free value. If you really want to know about trading and use strategies that are insane, then you need to become part of our trading community, TPR, which is the largest trading community in Europe. By active members, we have more than 6,000 people that trust us, learn from us every day. I'm not the trader actually, even though I'm very skilled. I'm not the trader in the platform. We have insane traders. My personal trading mentor, Stefan Kassing, is in there. We teach smart money and SK system, the two largest and most well-known systems out there. And one of the strategies that I personally use right now is that once my trade is in profit, okay, so once, as you can see over here, for example, once you see that this trade, okay, that's my entry, okay, this is here my entry. Once I see it running into profit, okay, let me clean this up. I messed it up a little bit. Let me change this a little bit up here. Okay, so once you see, that's my entry. Okay, once you see the trade going into profit, what I will start to do is I'm going to bring the stop loss down. Okay, so that means I'm going to bring the stop loss down and have it at the end of the day, if I can, obviously, if market is good enough, right, moving into where I want to have it, I'm going to move my stop loss into profit. Okay, because the cool thing is here, now what you're going to see, and you obviously cannot do this too early, because if you do it too early, then your position is just going to risk to be closed away. But as you can see, this thing over here, I can just move that. Okay, so that's my stop loss. And as you can see, I can move it. I can say, let's put it over here. But I also can say, let's put it over here. Okay, so in our position, for example, when our trade opens, our stop loss is obviously here because we are selling. Our entry is somewhere over here. And then later on, when the trade starts to go into profit, I can just take this thing and just move it and put it into profit. So now, for example, if I put it here on this line, it means it will be closed with basically nearly zero. Okay, I can just go here and see again. So I will be closed out with $5. Okay, I'm still in profit, and that's it. So the cool thing about that is that I can start to move the stop loss into take profit. So I'm not losing even if I'm losing. Okay, so that means now my position is break even. That's how we call it as professional traders. Okay, break even means we're not losing anything anymore. Okay, now imagine Bitcoin starts to move even lower. Let's say it starts to go here. Okay, it starts to go lower. Okay, let's say price is currently here. So it's at 498. Okay, here's price, 498. What I can do is I can take this line, and that's like the insane thing about it. I can start to take this line, and let's say this is our stop loss. Okay, because I'm not going to move mine right now, or my position is going to get closed. But let's say I take my stop loss and then I move it here. Okay, so if I move it here, now if price comes back, I'm closed out in big profit. Okay, I'm gonna be closed out in profit. If price continues to move down, right, I'm risk free. Okay, now that's one strategy. Now obviously this strategy is insane, and that's for more developed traders, because this strategy at the end of the day makes you risk free very fast. And now a thing you can do is you can start to accumulate. You can start to accumulate these profits. What do I mean by that? You can start to accumulate and increase either you can increase the leverage, okay? Because what most people don't know is that if I have an open position, as I have it right now, and let me clean this up and I show it in, I'm going to show you guys with this position right away. That's why I actually opened it, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I would enter and then start to do one thing, and that is I would start to bring, first of all, my stop loss into take profit. So I'm risk free. How can I check that? By just clicking here again, and I see if my stop loss is triggered, it's $5 that I'm losing. Okay. Now this is a very small position, but I got into this position with the leverage of, let's say, I think I got in with leverage 10 at the beginning. But then I started to, once my trade went into profit and I'm already out anyways, I started to increase. How can I decrease or increase? By just not tapping anything here on the value, staying on market, staying on isolated, and I can just change it. I can say, okay, let's do from now on 50x. And as you can see, it changed to 50x. I can go again and say, let's put it in 100x, and you can see it went to 100x. Now people would say, oh my God, 100x, you're gonna like crazy. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, because if it hits my break even, my stop loss, I'm break even. I'm $5 in profit. But what now if Bitcoin, for example, our sell starts to tank? What now? Right now, I'm 100% leverage in it. And that's why in the beginning, you don't use the 100% leverage, because if your trade instantly goes into stop loss, now you have 100x what you wanted to have, right? We started with 10, now we have 100, so we have a 90 leverage, like 90 points leverage higher, and then obviously we're also going to have more loss. This is only, you start to only do this once the trade is already saved, okay? And I will call out when to put it in break even. I will call it out, and once I say in the value channel, put it on break even, then you can start with a strategy. If the strategy is too difficult for you or you're too new, then don't start with it. Just take the stop loss, the entry, and to take profit, okay? And once I say put stop loss on break even, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on take profit and stop loss, and then you're just gonna put your stop loss to your entry. Where do you see your entry? You see your entry over here. So my entry is 52025, and what I wanna do is I wanna just put it on 0, so I just take the 52025 and put it in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna type it in so you can see it, 52, okay, 025. Now as you can see, my trade will be closed at 0.1, okay, confirm. So now it's clean, okay? Now I'm not losing anything, I'm on break even. But if you are a little bit more, let's say, if you're already like a little bit more exposed into it and you're getting what I'm doing, that's insane. Because let's say we really write Bitcoin down, right? Let's say we really write it down. And the thing is, we are here in an M30, right? It's in 30 minutes charts. And what I'm seeing Bitcoin, what it's gonna do is at the end of the day, we have a lot of space for Bitcoin to come down in this example. Okay, so I'm just like in a very small chart and I'm looking for Bitcoin to at the end of the day drop, okay, at the end of the day drop from where we are right now to at least 16%, okay, 16%. So if Bitcoin, for example, does this, it now goes down. Now we say, okay, we already stop loss break even because I called it out. Now I move my stop loss to break even. Now, let's say Bitcoin comes back and then I tell you guys, okay, increase the leverage. Okay, and then we do this. Then you can even increase the position. You can even increase your position. You can put more position in. How do we do that? By just going here and just then at the end of the day say, okay, I'm going to increase my position. I keep it always on isolate. I'm going to do a market order, and let's say I'm going to put in another 10% into this order. Okay, just for example, and we're going to do it a little bit less. So we're going to do 44,332. Let's do about 10,000. Okay, so you're going to see my cost is 111 for short is going to be my cost. Okay, quantity 0.19, and then we're just going to say, okay, sell short. Okay, bam, and then we increase the position. Now we are putting more money in, right? We are increasing our position because our position currently is 0.187. If I increase it, it's plus 193, okay, Bitcoins. So now it's going to be about 0.3 Bitcoins. And on the 0.3 Bitcoins, right? If I have 100x leverage, that's insane. You know what I mean? And we already break even. But obviously now I cannot do it because the difference, as you can see over here, the difference in between where we are right now, my stop loss is it's like not a lot. It's like very, very tricky. Okay, so now I cannot do it. But once Bitcoin tanks and comes back into these re-entry selling zones, then I can take it again, right? And how do we define these zones? That's what we do with the SK system. That's also why I entered over here. I re-entered over here, and I'm going to re-enter over here. And once I have enough confirmations, obviously I'm going to let you guys know. I'm not going to give you every trade. I'm going to give you the ones that I'm really assured about, right? Sometimes if they are risky, I will let you know. But I will put it all here, and that's what you can do. Now with this leverage strategy, I'm giving this away for you guys for free, as you already know. It's insane, right? It's insane because you are risk-free and you can leverage this thing down. And let's say Bitcoin does a 20% move, and let's say we really, I can show you what happens. We can just go into here, take profit calculator. Okay, so basically TPSL, and let us just put in the price where I see Bitcoin going, and I see Bitcoin going to 4300. Okay, so I'll just put the take profit in 43000. Okay, so that means I would make 1.68k. Okay, and I'm risking nothing anymore. And my initial risk when I opened this position was $100. So I'm risking $100, and maybe the position gets shut down and I re-enter, okay? And I'm risking again $100, and let's say it shuts down again. I hit stop loss, and let's say I re-enter again for $100. I'm risking just $100. But once price moves into my direction and I'm certain that I have enough confirmations, then I can start to adjust the stop loss, put it into break even, and I can start to let this trade run and then put more margin, or basically more higher risk, higher leverage, and I can put more money in, because now it's just running down, right? And even if it goes up again, I'm just cut out with my, let's say, a little bit of loss, or like even with profit, right? Because if it moves a lot, obviously we're gonna bring the stop loss down. So let's say Bitcoin really starts to move like that, right? And we want this confirmation. If it now goes up, then it's okay, I'm out with 0, okay? But let's say it starts to move further, then I'm gonna take this line over here and I'm just gonna change it up red. I'm gonna bring the stop loss down and 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 increase and put more money in. And even if the price goes up again, okay, and it hits my, and here it hits my stop loss, then I'm still in profit. I'm still making, let's say, $200 profit, okay? So I'm still making $200 profit, for example, okay? And that's what we wanna do. So that is, at the end of the day, the insane strategy that I'm using to accumulate the position. So we are following the trend, we're getting into the turning points, and for that, again, we use the SK system, as we did, for example, here, as we did, for example, here, right? As we did, for example, many, I cannot say it, but many F times, right? Like I'm starting cussing, but it's true. Like, so as you can see here, we did it. So there's so many valuable entries. So imagine we have entered here, okay? Starting, and then we start to move our stop loss to break even. Now it comes back, nearly touches the stop loss, but didn't, and then it starts to do this. Now we came back here, our position is in break even, and we start to increase our leverage, and we start to increase in putting more money in. At the same time, we are moving the stop loss, moving the stop loss, moving the stop loss, moving the stop loss. And let's say even here it comes crashing down, it doesn't matter, you're so much in profit that it's already, doesn't matter, right? And then it comes back, and then we re-enter again, and we have this push. Okay, and you can see that multiple times. Now this strategy is meant for us to enter, for example, here, and let's say you take this push, because price never came back down to 25. Price never came back down to 25, so I could have entered here with our system, which is very precise. I can do that, and I could have written this thing up, okay? And obviously you never know. Let's say on a fair basis, I would have gotten stopped out. Let me clean this up a little bit, this mess, before we go deeper into this, so you guys can still follow me. Okay, so let's say, for example, to be very honest and see where we would have got stopped out. So let's say we enter here 25,000. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up. Okay, so these corrections over here, so for example, that's a big one over here. We have 6%. That's actually okay. We have another one which is 5%, which is also okay. So you see these pullbacks are like very chill, 7%. Okay, maybe we would have been stopped out here, but I wouldn't have put the stop loss over here, right? So I give it obviously more like space to breathe. So we could have, yeah, basically I'm pretty sure I would have gotten stopped out over here. Okay, so this one is a 10% move, yeah. So somewhere over here, but that already means, and watch this, that already means that we started over here and we made in percentage 80%. Now let's say we write 80% with, in the beginning, a 10x leverage, and then we later write it up with 100 leverage, 100x 80%, you know what I mean? And that's a crazy thing. You can also increase your position value a lot and just get in with a leverage of 1 or 2, like risk 50% of your account, for example, get in with a leverage of 1, Now you're not risking a lot, but you now have a lot of equity in, right? You have a lot of money in the position, and that's actually another thing you can do. So then when it goes into the right direction, then you start to increase the stop loss a lot, right? And it doesn't matter, because if you get kicked out, you get kicked out. That's the magic behind it, and that's the last secret key that I wanted to give you about the strategy. Now, again, if you know about trading and you're a little bit already like in the game, you will understand what I mean, and you will understand how crazy this is. And imagine if this is my free content, imagine what happens if you are like in the value channel, which is still free, or you really become part of our trading community. If you're interested in that, just let me know wherever you find me, on Telegram, wherever. Sign up for the newsletter, come into the value channel, and at the end of the day, enjoy the free value, enjoy the voice messages, take out whatever you want. I'm just very keen to welcome you and give you value. And the first trade you already got. See you on the value channel. Let's go.